Today, I am on my way to a final walkthrough and closing for clients that are purchasing a new construction home that I want to say they went under contract back in November, and they got to design their home. They picked the lot, they picked where they wanted to be, all of that. And we're finally closing today. They're so excited, and they gave me permission to vlog their closing day. So I am so excited for them. So if you're new here, my name is Rachel Langley. I'm a real estate agent here in the Space Coast and Viera. And this is where they're closing with Viera Builders today. So they got to build their home with them. And so today I'm going to kind of take you through that last day of the process where they are going to be going through their walkthrough, confirming things were done. If not, they'll set it through warranty, and then going to the closing table. So just to kind of go over the process while I'm on my way there, basically, if you decide to build a home in Viera, you're most likely going to be working with Viera Builders unless it's a 55 plus community. Now, sometimes they have what's called inventory homes, where either they had what's called a spec home, they picked out all the colors and everything, and they just are building homes that are going to be more ready. The build time can take anywhere from 6 to 14 months. So some people don't have that time. So they do sometimes create spec homes. And then they also have homes that, unfortunately sometimes that fall through, whether job change, economy, all that stuff. They can't relocate anymore, whatever the case be. So sometimes they have this inventory sheet where homes are already ready. But if you want to build, you have to kind of have this fluid time frame of when to close. A lot of times clients will be on a month-to-month rental, or they'll decide to sell their home when they have a 4 months notice on when they are told they believe the house will be done. So if you do decide to build, typically what happens is you reach out to me. I work with the builders, and I can also show resale homes as well, which is great. Having representation, the great thing is most of these builders will compensate me to represent you. And what happens is we'll go over and we will go explore all the floor plans. Some of the floor plans aren't in model homes. A lot of times they'll have maybe a home being built that's the same floor plan that we can go check out, or so I have a library of some floor plans of clients that have closed in the past that helps. And sometimes you just have to use your imagination and kind of compare it to something that they had, but it's slightly different, maybe bigger, smaller, and go from there. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at the neighborhoods. They have a plethora of neighborhoods, from courtyard homes to half duplexes to traditional single family homes to a modern look. So lots of options. And then you can decide what neighborhood you want to be. And then there's typically lots available. Now, the lots typically have a premium on them. They do sometimes have base lots that maybe in the back there's a berm and then a road. Typically water is going to have some sort of premium on it. Then the sales manager will write up the contract, we'll go over it, you'll put down a deposit, and then a couple weeks later, that's when you'll have your design appointments. And then you'll have meetings along the way. And then fast forward, so my clients, about 2 weeks ago, they had what's called an orientation. And so unfortunately, I didn't film that. I just came up with the idea today that maybe I should vlog this, and they gave me permission. So I didn't get to vlog the orientation, but essentially you have a orientation where you get to go through the home. The superintendent, which is a construction manager of the home that oversees the building of the home, he goes through the entire home, teaches you everything you need to know. It's very thorough. Lots of things that you should be doing, like putting vinegar in your HVAC, how to maintain stuff, where the water meter is, so forth. But you also go around with green and blue tape and mark any drywall defects, any paint issues, any scratches, stuff like that. These clients actually had said, we don't think we should do this, but I told them, no, you definitely want to do this. They always find things. This is for every single builder. You've got a few people in the home building, even though they go through code inspections with the county, things can get missed, or things can be done that are okay, but could be done better. And like I said, this is with every single builder. There's always something that comes up. Usually pretty minor, but nonetheless, it's something you want to do when you're spending a lot of money on a brand new home. You want it to be near perfect as possible. I always recommend a third-party inspector, and they'll go through it and they'll create a report, and then we can send it off to the superintendent, and they will be fixing everything. And then that's leading up to today, where we're going to go confirm. So I have a really great process. I just this month had 3 closings with them. If things were not done before closing, they went through warranty. Warranty has taken care of stuff. The warranty department has a 2-year warranty, which is pretty rare. Most warranties for new construction is a 1 year on like the general things. There's always like a longer one on structural is 10-year. And yeah, it's really exciting. My clients are really excited. They are retiring, so they're moving up here from South Florida. It reminds them of what South Florida used to be. It's not too overcrowded. It's peaceful. There's things to do, but it's not crazy. So I'm going to pause right now, and then when I get there, I'll start rolling, and you get to see behind the scenes of what happens on the final close. Okay, so I pulled up to the home. My clients were waiting outside. I was so excited for them, and I grabbed their gift. I love giving gifts at closing. I'm just always so appreciative of clients choosing me to be their agent, trusting me with the purchase of such a big asset and such a milestone in their life, especially because there's lots of us in Brevard County that are agents. The fact that they chose me is always super special, and I like to gift them for congratulating them and also showing my gratitude. So I gave them their gift, and then we went in, and inside was our superintendent. That's pretty much like a construction manager. They oversee the build of the home. They oversee the third-party contractors, and they make sure everything was done correctly. And they're in charge of all the meetings that we have, from the pre-drywall meeting, the orientation that we had a couple weeks ago, up until the final that we had today. So our superintendent was in there, and then his assistant and also a representative from warranty was inside. So after we said our hellos, we went through the home and we confirmed that everything that was done, that was noted on the third-party inspection, everything that we noted with tape or noticed in the home that needed to be done was done. And if it wasn't done, maybe it was the cabinet door that needed to be ordered and that was going to take a couple weeks, or something like a little tape that was behind a door that kept getting missed. Because now it's hard to, it was like people aren't looking behind the door. So they went ahead and fixed that. The painter came while we were there and was just fixing a couple of things. But regardless of that, the home came out beautiful. And so we did a walkthrough inside and out, confirmed everything. If anything was needed, and then we made sure that it was on the warranty sheet, the checklist that basically says that after closing, they are confirming that they are going to repair or replace those items. So most of the stuff was like the cabinet doors that had nicks, which happens, like I said, every builder has these things, and we just want to make sure that we're thorough. But a lot of these things too are covered after in the 2-year warranty as well. When you're moving in, you want it to be near perfect. So want to get pretty much everything done before or with warranty after. So after we did the walkthrough inside and out, our superintendent had then sign off on the list that it was complete, or the list that still was outstanding that was going to go to warranty. And then the warranty representative went through that as well. They signed off that they understood that it would be done after closing. He also went over some tips. Something big was maintaining the HVAC, like flushing the line, putting vinegar down, stuff like that. He gave some really great tips for just making sure that things are functioning in the home, things that he can see that are put through warranty a lot. Gave some tips so that they can avoid that. I got a little clip of my client looking out her window. She has such a beautiful view of the water. So happy for them. This community has such wonderful views. And after that, we watched the superintendent change out the keys, which is a pretty cool process. And then those keys were going to be at closing for us. And then before closing, they actually changed the locks to fit new keys that only the homeowners can use. So you can always feel comfortable that no one else has the keys. And then those keys will be at the attorney's office. So after they sign everything and the home is funded, then they can receive their keys. So after we saw that process, and made sure I got some good photos of them. I know the camera's not directly on them because I was taking the pictures with my phone. Pictures are super important. They hold memories that we share. So I always like to make sure my clients can get a picture in front of the home as a memory. After that, we went and drove to the attorney's office. It's only about 10 minutes away. That's them waiting for the closer to come in. And after that, if you've ever closed on a home before, there's lots of paperwork to sign, from the deed to disclosures, to the loan application, all that fun stuff. Make sure you stretch out your hand for closing. Our closer was wonderful, and we got that done, and they photocopy it so that it can be sent to the bank so they can fund the loan. And in the meantime, we had our wonderful closing coordinator from the builder. She was wonderful. I really loved the closing team for this builder. They always are super organized and kind. So she went over a bunch of stuff. I think that out of all the builders in the area, they really inform the buyer on a lot of important things and really educate the homeowners in their communities. So she went over a bunch of stuff from warranty to you'll see she has the map out showing some really cool areas throughout Viera. She goes over some important homeowner orientations on like how to use your sprinklers, and also HOA information, how to pay the HOA, the login information for the portal. All that cool stuff. Every time I go to a closing, I learn something new. I think it's really cool that they do that. And after that, she gave them the keys. Yay! And they also gave them a really nice gift basket from Urban Prime. If you haven't been yet, it's this awesome local chef-owned restaurant. Also has a little market inside. Really good food, so definitely check it out. And they also, in their market, have great gifts. They have like great baskets and wine and everything for some great gifts. So just a little tip there. After that, they gave a little testimonial.
You were great, on the spot, communicative, outstanding.
She feels like you've known her for 30 years.
Awesome experience. The area, the people, very professional, keep to their word, on schedule. So it's been great.
Yeah, everything very on time, very professional, very smooth process.
All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. They just finished closing. They're heading out to eat. They're so sweet. They're so nervous about being on camera, but I appreciate them so much. Don't worry, I don't make every client do a video if they don't want to, but I appreciate them so much. They're such wonderful clients, and it's always kind of bittersweet at closings because we've been working together for more than a year. They contacted me 4th of July weekend, 2024, and they're just so sweet. And the bittersweet part is just that I'm not gonna, we stay in touch, but not as much as after closing. So I'm gonna miss working with them, but nonetheless, I'm so happy for them. The house came out beautiful. It's everything that worked perfectly for what they were looking for. With all that said, if you have interest in whether you want to purchase new construction, resale, or just relocating, moving to the Space Coast, whatever the case be, make sure to reach out. My information's on the screen right here. You can call, text, or email me because I got your back when it comes to moving to the Space Coast. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rachel Langley, and I'll see you on the next one.